it's critical that right now we start planning for this as a municipality.
Clearly, it's a joint project, isn't it? I mean, it's not enough just to say the council has approved it and they will supply the budget. No, that's not the way it's all going to be. Certainly, we need someone to spearhead it, and possibly that has to be a paid person. But the volunteer element has to be there to carry this through. And I think fragmented, we are there. Together, we're effective.
I think the best part about getting the community involved, getting businesses involved, getting stakeholders involved, and also having the council involved, I think we're all accountable to make sure this moves forward. I don't think this is anybody's job. I think this is all of our jobs.
The important part now is to listen to what has been said, to take this document and expand on it. A document like this, however, isn't for all. These opinions aren't the opinions of everyone, so it's very important for council to communicate throughout the town. This is what we're doing. This is why. It's maybe not for everybody, but it is best for the community as a whole.
I think there's some good ideas. I think there are a lot of ideas. I think to implement them, it's really going to take a lot of community support, I think. The community has to get behind it.
And we really need the support of residents in Innisfil to carry this forward. We can't just say, well, it's council's job. We need the residents to take a role.
Really, I think just to help Innisfil grow and move ahead, that we need to follow your plan.
You know, a committee of people in a town in Innisfil that's sort of kind of making sure that the strategy is being, you know, deployed and working with council. So and I think that's important, right? Because, you know, if you have the people that were there to help kind of put it together are also involved in sort of dealing with, you know, like keeping it on track, then that will bring a lot of value for the council and for all of the people in the town of Innisfil.
I think that if we take the draft plan and put it forward, and if the town takes the steps to move it forward, then I think that we all that can envision in the future the rewards of them continuing on the path in one way or another.
But maybe some of our vision will change. You know, the journey changes and you get, you know, curves in the roadway, and that's fine. It's based on growth and new people that move into the area and their input, and I think it's important.
Phil's also at a turning point right now because we're just coming off of the annexation. We're still awaiting word on on Amendment 1 for the places to grow legislation.
There is obviously a need for change in Innisfil. To stay stagnant in any place is definitely not something that people want. It's definitely a deterrent for youth, especially. If you want them to stay, if you want them to, you know, build a life here, if you want them to work here, if you want them to stay here, then there definitely needs to be growth. It definitely needs to progress.
We're going to have a community effort that we can all get around and we can all embrace. And the issues here and the issues wherever else in our community are all our issues, and we'll make them better. So the person, instead of 1 or 2 voices, has got 30,000 voices working. So what can be wrong with that?
The fact that people are looking at this, scrutinizing it, and cognizant of the issues, I think it's happening.
Make sure that we walk the talk, that it doesn't become a desk collector, in fact, that it does become a working document that we're committed to.
Not help but be inspired by this whole coming together to move this very small town into a community that, you know, would be of benefit to, we would all find our place, you know, and I can't help but be inspired.
We need to take a look at what parts of this can we do now, what's doable, what can we start with, take little baby steps, and then we start to take more ownership. We can have a grand vision, but if we start to take the small steps in looking at what we can start with, then it is achievable in the long run.
Stand up and be proud for Innisfil and celebrate our accomplishments. Go for it. Let's go, Innisfil.
I'm inspired.